And so one of the things that I want to talk about around the sponsorship, and I really want to put out a challenge to all of you in this room. Everybody in this room has got the power of the pen when we sign off initiatives that we decide to support in our communities and initiatives that we decide to support for the country. We need to do things that change the world. We need to do things that change people's lives. And I need all of us to go back and actually ask ourselves, as we're spending, are we really moving the dial? And if we're not moving the dial, rather not spend the money, just stop. We have to move the dial. And there has to be meaning and purpose in what we do. Otherwise, let's not do it, guys. And this is something I feel really strongly about. So when someone wakes me up at midnight and says, why Team SA? I don't have to think. All I say is the following. Well, Bidvest is about inclusivity. We're an organization that's around inclusion. D&I in Bidvest is important, right? And so when we decided to find something to do for the country, we wanted something that was inclusive. And so this is all races, doesn't matter, no exclusion. It is all genders, doesn't matter, no exclusion. It is abled and people with disabilities, no exclusion. It is all sporting codes, no exclusion. So this represents a principle that we follow in the group. That's the first reason why we're here. The second one is that Bidvest is about excellence. We're not about doing things in half measures. We're about being on the podium. That's what we're about. Norman, we don't care about threshold and target. It's about stretch. That's all, But we also understand that to build excellence, you need to invest over time. And that's why we invest, whether it's the EDP or the graduate programs or whatever programs you have, even when the investment is not formal and it's coaching and mentoring in an informal way. All of us who are sitting in the room today have had someone who's held our hand and made sure that we're moving up the ladder. It's been intentional. No one is in this room by accident. No one. And so our investment into the OPEX program is exactly that. We're investing in talent and sport in this country so that over time we can compete head-on. Yes, with the UK, yes, with the US, and yes, with China. That's what we want to do. That's why we are putting the money. Our money is not going to pay the admin expenses or salaries in SASCOC. No. We get a schedule, a list of athletes, their sporting code, how much each athlete is getting, what that money is being used for per athlete. That is what we monitor. That's where our money is going. So we're going to build excellence over time in sport in this country. And the third thing that this sponsorship gives us, we're about people, right? People in Bidvest are important. You can't have 120,000 plus people and not have a stomach for caring. You have to. Otherwise, you can't be in this business. So we care. And what this sponsorship has allowed us to do, we took 62 of our staff members to Paris. Drivers, security guards, cleaners, weighbridge supervisors. So this partnership lives in the organization and it enables us to give back to our own people. I can say that I say it without thinking. And so that's how I know we're moving the dial. We spend in this SCD space across the group almost 100 million a year. And by the way, I'm excluding the sponsorship. And this is nothing close to 100 million. It's nothing. If we took that 100 million and took it to the center, we'd be building factories every year. We'd be building hospitals every year. We'd be building schools every year. Okay? So we're not doing that because we've got a decentralized model, and that's okay. But then I need you to do the right things. In whichever countries you're operating, we have to move the dial. And I only ask that when we walk out of here and go back, can we just reflect on whether we're doing that? Business only exists when your ecosystem works. The ecosystem has to work, and then the business can rise. If the ecosystem has got a fire burning under it, your business will burn. So I ask you very seriously and from the bottom of my heart, you guys have got the power, you decide. Let's make the right calls and let's change things in the world.